Hey, it's Camille Martin with Love to Lose. Today I want to talk to you about emotional eating. And if you've been trying to lose the same amount of weight, 5 or 10 pounds for the last 5 or 10 years, the chances are very good that you eat emotionally. And the problem with eating emotionally is not that you're doing it, it's that you're shaming yourself for it. So when you binge eat, and then you feel ashamed, you feel out of control, and you tell yourself, I have no willpower, I'm so disgusting, whatever. And then you binge, you shame yourself, and then you stay stuck, and then you feel desperate to get rid of the weight, and then you go on yet another diet. So in today's video, I want to tell you, how do you know that you eat emotionally, and how do you fix it? The first sign that you eat emotionally is if you eat past the point of fullness. So if you obviously just keep eating, even though your body's telling you that you're full, you're not recognizing that sign, or you're just, completely pushing it out of your consciousness, and then you just keep eating. And that's a sign of that is cleaning your plate, basically eating past the point of fullness. And the second way that you know that you eat emotionally is if it's the act of eating itself rather than the food that you're eating is what's filling you up. And that sort of goes hand in hand with the first one. The third way you know you eat emotionally, which is the most obvious one, is if you're eating in response to what's going on around you in your environment, and what's going on inside of you emotionally. So frustration, stress, anger, loneliness, boredom, all of those things. If you reach for a bag of chips or whatever, if you're eating in response to something that is other than true hunger. So how you fix this issue, you don't actually entirely fix it completely, because I used to eat emotionally and I still struggle with the compulsion to do that, but I just know how to manage it now. But the main thing that you want to do is you want to go back and figure out why you trained yourself to do this in the first place. And typically it happens way, way, way early back when you were a child. You train yourself to eat in response to pain. So what you want to do is you want to go back and try to recall one of the first memories you have of eating to make yourself feel better. You want to figure out, most importantly, how you felt. You want to think about where you were when you ate emotionally. You want to think about what you ate, and you want to think about how you felt while you were eating and then after you did. So for me, for example, growing up, I felt very lonely. I felt isolated. I felt misunderstood, but most of all, I felt a sense of loneliness. And so what I used to do was get a bag of chips or some sort of candy or chocolate or ice cream, and I would go back into my parents' den and close the door, turn on the TV, and just sit there and eat. And I remember feeling at the time while I was doing it, I felt very comforted. I felt almost like it was this release of stress or sadness or loneliness. And it was like, I just felt like I had somebody, or I felt like I had a warm blanket wrapped around me, really. But after I did, I remember distinctly feeling ashamed of myself. I felt out of control. And then, of course, because of that shame that I felt, it pushed me to keep doing it and stayed stuck in that cycle, which I did for many, many years, until I went back and figured out why, and figured out, most importantly, that I trained myself to do this. I wasn't a bad person. I wasn't, not a strong person. It's not that I didn't have enough willpower. I literally trained myself to do this. And once I figured out how I did this and why I did it, I released a ton of shame. I stopped beating myself up and feeling ashamed of it. So that's what I want you to do. Get a journal. And no one likes it when I say that, but get a journal. Go somewhere quiet and sit and take time for yourself and really go back and try to figure these things out. And it won't happen in one sitting. You'll have to keep doing it and have to just keep going back and rolling back the clock. But most importantly, be kind to yourself. And this is something you're doing for yourself so that you can finally release the shame and then move forward. So again, what's most important is for you to understand why you eat the way that you do so that you can release the shame and then figure it out for yourself and move forward and then make real progress. And as always, it's not as important what you're eating as it is the way that you're eating. So once you figure out why you eat the way that you do, you can work on changing that, and then the what you eat, the food that you eat, will start to take care of itself. I hope this video was helpful, and for more tips and strategies like these, head over to my website at CamilleMartinRD.com. And if you like this video, please click like and don't forget to subscribe.